What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. Today I'm going to be taking on the mystery that is Wasted Studios, a developer for the Intellivision Amico that made such classics as Moon Patrol and Biplanes. Two games that, well, technically don't currently exist in physical form, even though I'm holding them. And if you're not caught up with how the Amico saga is, that wouldn't make any sense to you. But I've played these games. They do theoretically exist. I don't know if they're complete or not or anything like that, but I've played them, had fun with them. Biplanes was actually a throwback to the old school Intellivision and Atari games of yesteryear. Good, basic, simple fun. Moon Patrol, a little bit more straightforward, but fun. So I enjoy these games. They do exist, and I've played both of them. The developer for them, Wasted Studios, has come under scrutiny recently as being a liquidated developer that Intellivision, if you listen to these guys, would say that it's out of business. They've been liquidated. And we all know Pat and Ian don't really do much research on stuff. They just kind of see something and proclaim it to be fact, which actually has worked well for them in this situation because Intellivision typically lies about everything. But be that as it may, they might have jumped a little bit on this one, but I'm still with them. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell for notifications so you do not miss an upload. And without further ado, yeah, I don't like how the information's been presented, but they probably are right. Now, what most people think is this as fact, is Wasted Studios is completely gone. Liquidated, because if you look at the actual North Data paperwork on it, this company based out of Munich, Germany is an LIQ, Liquidation, and the documentation's down here. Here's the history. Liquidation in mid-2021. I mean, pretty clear as day. They have all the information of this company and then say it's been liquidated. So this is where the information was searched out and found, and a whole story came from it. Is they went out of business last year, yet two games were made, physical games no less, from this company, and they exist in real life, and they're games that I've played, like I said. So it's an interesting situation up to this point, but I didn't want to just jump on covering this right away because I'm like, it just seems a little too fishy. I want a little bit more information on this before I cover it, and here we go. Wasted Studios on Twitter, joined 2015 February, and they're a pretty small developer. And their last post was January 16th, 2021. So that would have been about 5 months before liquidation, in line with the paperwork of saying they've been liquidated. So yeah, nobody would have any reason to think otherwise. If you click on their last post, we have a question from The Price of Gaming. Are you guys still a dev? Fair question. Just a few days ago, after this news broke, people wanted to know what the hell's going on. No responses. Nothing. I like it because that's a great question. So then what happens? This starts becoming a story. People start talking about it, and it starts spreading like wildfire until the CU podcast covers it and talks about what a horrible company Intellivision is. I'm not going to debate that right now because everything that we've seen kind of leads us to believe that. So we go to their latest tweets and replies. And we have just a straight up tagging of Wasted Studios by that same account. Did you guys go bankrupt and stop working on Intellivision games? I see your tweets in January about that snow game. Are you still doing the Amico games? And 2 days later. So to be fair, maybe they don't use this account very often. I mean, they only have 84 followers and they were basically liquidated based off that information. Wasted Studio replies, unfortunately, that's not correct because they're still in business. We are actively working on Intellivision games and can't wait until everyone gets their hands on it. And then they wrote, fortunately, 10 hours ago. To be fair, why should we believe this? Here is another comment. Michael Greenhut said, would you care to comment on this finding? It's causing a lot of confusion. And here it is again. And Wasted Studios replied, those sites usually use automated processes to register changes regarding company states. Oh, okay. Our economical situation started to be rather difficult when COVID began, which triggered an official process. It didn't affect our workforce or daily business in any way, though. What a weird tweet. That's so cryptic. And then there's Tony with the I don't believe you response, to which Wasted Studio replies with Yoda lowering his head. Tony says, I'll tell you what, tonight at 7, I host my weekly YouTube live stream. DM me so I can shoot you the link and hop on and straighten things out once and for all. No reply. I admire Tony for doing the due diligence here and trying to get to the bottom of this situation. But it's just, it's not looking good. It's weird. It's weird. The tweet from Wasted Studios right here doesn't say that they're not bankrupt or liquidated. It just, it blames it on a site for registering changes. An automated process to register changes regarding company states. So it was liquidated. You're not denying that. Our economical situation started to be rather difficult when COVID began, which triggered an official process of liquidation. It didn't affect our workforce or daily business in any way, though. I don't understand. It's either in business or liquidated. There's no in between here. What a weird cryptic tweet. I keep going back to that. What are people supposed to think of this? The facts are in front of us. And the craziest part is, Wasted Studios is not active on Twitter. They haven't made a tweet in over a year. Let's check Snow the Game. Let's see if they tweeted anything on Snow the Game. Nope. Just retweeted their own tweet over a year ago. That's weird. That's really weird. They had very minimal tweets historically here. So I guess that's in line with whoever the dev is or whoever works at Wasted Studios in charge of the Twitter account is. I'm going to assume it's a 1 or 2 man show over there. I would not put anything on it being larger than that. And I would imagine that this is something that they just don't use very much as a marketing tool. And I think that's fair to say based off their lack of tweets historically. Just fine. It's just weird to give a response. It's just so weird. I don't get it. 16 hours ago, do you have any release dates for your Amico related games projects? From Joe Park. That's something we cannot comment on. Oh, isn't that convenient? Watch the official Intellivision social media channels or the newsletter for updates. That same official Intellivision social media channels that still leaves videos up that they confirmed are not happening anymore. We're going to trust new information coming through on that. Okay? I don't understand what we're supposed to think about this. This company is, by all accounts, not existing anymore. And my concern is they didn't deny about the liquidation. They just kind of dodged the question and said, we haven't been affected. We're still here. Yeah, but is the company still there? Or are you just talking about the dude or the 2 dudes that work there? There's a big difference. So that is Wasted Studios. According to the website that compiles the factual data that is passed over to them and their official standings with wherever they are in Germany, it's been liquidated. Which was confirmed by Wasted Studios that they used that information and it's proper information, but then said that nothing's changed at their company. I don't know how you're supposed to take that, except for they are liquidated, but they're just trying to pretend they're not, so that on the hope that when the Intellivision Amico comes out, that they'll get some sort of payment. That's my best guess. All I gotta say is this whole situation is really, really weird. It's really strange. And it's just yet another onion layer peel of the Intellivision Amico story, where people are just trying to get to the bottom of what the hell is happening with this console. And now we have liquidated developers that appear on Twitter and say, everything's cool, everything's fine, we're good, don't worry about us. And then when people say, okay, can you appear on our show and talk about this? Silence. Okay, can you confirm that everything's good? Talk to Intellivision. Okay, are you guys still there? Yeah, we're still... It's just funny. And it just falls in line, on brand with everything Intellivision's been doing lately. And in a weird way, I think it perfectly ties a bow on this entire Intellivision Amico story. I'm going to leave it right there. Interested to see what comes of this down the road. But wanted to give you guys the most up-to-date information, because I know we got people out there that are just giving one side of this story about how they're liquidated and Intellivision's running with their money. But now we have Wasted Studios' side of things that, I don't know, when I read what they wrote, it kind of reaffirms what the other people are saying. And I hate to say that, but give us some concrete evidence and information to the opposite, and I would gladly take it. Gladly. I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, you stay smashing. Smash, Smash,